Okay, so we're going to make a body for our character now, and we've got a lot of options. But I'm going to go ahead and just choose one for my design here. And one thing I'm going to work with is I'm going to kind of keep the proportions of the head and the body and the legs all in thirds. So the head's going to be about the same height as the body, and the body and the legs will be about the same height as well. Okay, and so let's just go ahead and drag a rectangle for his body. I guess about like so. And I am going to give him a little bit of like a little chest plate. I'm going to draw it off to the side here. I'm going to go ahead and do this. What I'm going to end up doing is putting a chest plate about like so. Okay? And then I'm going to take some circles to make it look like there are let's make them, whoops, hold shift. And I'm going to make these look like they're bolts. So I'm going to go edit copy, edit paste in front, and then I'm going to drag it straight down. I'm going to select both of these, go edit copy, edit paste in front, and I'll drag these down, and now I've got 4 bolts. I'm going to go edit object group. So all my bolts are grouped, and then I'm going to shrink them down to the size I want. Hold shift. Okay, and now that I still have those selected, I'm going to go edit copy, edit paste in front, and drag these across to the other side. And those are some pretty big bolts. Probably could have made them smaller, but that's what I did. So I'm going to go edit, object group. Now I could just move this all into place on top of the robot here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of some fancy things on the sides, I guess. And you could play around with this, make this however you want. I'm going to copy and paste this whole thing. But I want to teach you something. If I hit paste, it'll go off to the side. I'm going to shrink this down so the bolts look smaller. And then I'm going to edit it. Okay, so let's see. Got to make sure it could actually fit. Now, you'll notice, you just see the file name here. I've saved my file when I wasn't recording, and I saved it as robotCharacter. Now, I'm going to remove some of these bolts. So I'm going to zoom in. And with the black arrow, I'm going to double click. Okay, in case you don't have headphones on, I'm going to type this. I am going to double click. Okay? And so right here, I'm going to double click. And now you can see you're inside of the group. Now, I need to double click again. And I am now inside a second lower group. So I'm going to edit clear and edit clear. And I can go back a group by clicking here. Okay, and this now I'm going to edit clear, get rid of that, and then edit copy paste. And drag this over. Okay, so now I'm still inside of a group one layer down. Okay, and that's why everything else is grayed out. So I'm going to hit layer 1. Okay, hit this arrow, and now I'm back to my original spot. I'm going to zoom back out. And let's get rid of this. Okay, so now I have like a panel with just, I'm using the arrow keys on my keyboard, by the way. Edit copy, edit paste in front, and I just kind of wanted you to know how to get inside of a group, so I made my robot like that. And okay, I'm going to do something kind of fancy, and you could play around and make your robot however you want. I'm going to go ahead and give him, I don't know, just some light bulbs that look like his eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and use his, no, let's just, you play around with it, have some fun. I'm just going to put a couple of different lights on his chest. So I'll go with red for this one. And edit copy, edit, paste in front. And I'm going to move it down with the arrow keys. And let's go red, yellow, and blue. How about that? Red, yellow. And you could, this is where you could go ahead and have your creative freedom and design your robot how you'd like. So you could make the body of your robot different than mine now. Oh, one last thing. Let's make sure we go to File, Document Color Mode, and change it to RGB color. Okay, because we're going to be making games with this little guy, or animations, and it's going to be played on a monitor of some sort, a screen. And so you'll notice right away that my blue isn't blue because I was using CMYK originally. Now I need to change it, and probably the yellow needs to be, no, the yellow's fine. Okay, and the red was not fine. Okay, so that probably means my red up there needs to be changed. I could take the white arrow, by the way, and select objects within a group individually, and so that's kind of cool. And I'm going to shrink these down, and like I said, you have fun altering your character the way you want. I'm just going to object group that, and I might edit some things off to the side, when I turn the video off, so when it reappears, he might look a little different. But I'm liking the way he's going so far. Okay, so go ahead and have fun making the body of your robot.